God's word we know is always good for us, but it's also true that it's sometimes quite difficult for us, and at times can be very painful as well for us to receive it. It goes against some of our natural inclinations. It doesn't affirm all the things that we would want to have affirmed in our own lives. And so therefore God's commands are always challenging. They're not easy in that sense. And at times we may wrestle with them. And so it may well be for some of us, as we encounter God's word, we don't initially like it. It doesn't say what we would want it to say. It doesn't say what we would say if we were writing it. But actually, as we get to know God more and more, as we continue to walk with him, we become more and more convinced that God knows us better than we know ourselves. He loves us more than we love ourselves. He's more committed to our ultimate joy than even we are. And therefore we can trust him. He does know best. He does know what is best for us. And actually, as we go on in the Christian life, we begin to see more and more why God says the things that he does say. That they're not arbitrary commands. There's a rationale, there's a cohesion behind them that is actually a manifestation of his goodness. And so the more we know God, the more we see his character, the more we see that reflected in the things he calls us to do. That actually everything Jesus requires of us, everything Jesus commands us, is an expression of his goodness. It brings his goodness home to us. We test that and approve it as we live it out. And so King David could say in Psalm 19 that the commands of the Lord are radiant. And he can say that because the Lord is radiant. Because Jesus is good, his word to us is good. And so even if initially we may want to kick against it, actually the more we live by his word, the more we love his word.